On the physical level, spend daily minutes tracking expenses and acknowledging progress. Weekly, engage in financial house cleaning and check for money leaks. Emotionally, practice body check-ins and journaling, connecting with your feelings around money. Spiritually, trust in your larger vision. Deepen your prosperity experience and express sustainable generosity. Create a mindful money schedule, daily practices for 5 to 10 minutes, weekly routines for 20 to 30 minutes, monthly check-ins for 45 minutes to an hour, and an annual review. Mindfulness in money management is more than tracking expenses. It's a holistic journey that nurtures well-being on all levels. Embrace this practice and transform not just your finances, but your entire life. Preston, you mentioned the power of journaling. Is that something that you teach?
I do, and I speak about it often too. I mean, well, I'm a little biased because sometimes I have to introduce my biases, I guess. It's like, but yes, I like to write, so that works for me. But also just to introduce it to others, writing. There is evidence about writing. And I think I expressed that earlier that yes, I do introduce journaling so you can see it and feel it. It helps, and then also too, not just the numeracy of the writing the numbers out, but like to Phylecia and Jim was saying, what do you how do you feel about it? You know, it gives you time to meditate, be mindful on your spending.
So this mindfulness in your money is not woo-woo. It's a real thing.
It is most definitely. I'll let others comment, but I'll say this: there's research also that says that if you're more mindful, uh, then you spend more because you may get more mindful of death, short life, when you want to spend more now. But also you can reinterpret that as being more mindful brings you more to the present as well, and not so much discount the now to get to the future. So I think mindfulness is healthy, and it also says you don't have to, starve oneself now to feed the future. It's a and, not a or.
Phylecia, where does the mindfulness come in since you're a tracker and your husband gets reports and then you're working together? Like, is your mindfulness different from his mindfulness?
I don't think so. I really do think it comes down to when we first got married and we had to have that discussion on what is the purpose of this marriage. Like, we don't have children, and it's just you and me, buddy. Like, what are we doing here for the next 40, 50 years? And when we decided that travel and these and experiences like that was where we wanted to go, it's like everything just seemed to click for us. We managed the money, and we have the goals. We made sure we had that vacation pot of money, so we fueled that first, so that we can do the things that we really prioritize in our life. And I think the mindfulness just comes around knowing that that is something that brings joy to us. Just like Preston was saying, we have definitely not sacrificed the now for the later. And for anybody watching and listening, this was not like a quick thing. I mean, we've been married, it'll be 12 years next year. But also, we've been working for the last, oh my gosh, I'm old now, 20 something plus years. So there was a lot of like learning and growing and investing and a lot of things going on over time. But, just being in alignment with, I always wanted to kind of journey around the world and see things. It made managing the money a little bit easier when we gave it a purpose, and also kind of aligned our marriage with that as well. So I think that's where the mindfulness comes in, and we don't stress too much about it because we know where we're going.
Jen, with the Frugal Friends podcast, are there daily practices for conscious spending? I'm wondering because I feel like I'm frugal. And my daily practice is almost like I need to figure out how to enjoy and spend money. but my wife
Yeah.
is the spender, and then her
Mhm.
experience is different. She's like,
Yeah.
she needs to realize that she doesn't need certain things.
Yeah, so it depends on who you are. If you are if you're anxious about money and that causes you to oversave, then journaling about those fears and insecurities and what brings you joy can help you spend more in the now. If your money anxieties kind of are, I don't know how long I'm going to live, I don't want to hoard this money and not experience it with it, then you need to be journaling about those kind of money anxieties and figuring out where they stem from and how you can toe the line of, or find that quote unquote balance. I don't love the word balance, but kind of hold the tension between experiencing now and being able to hopefully experience the future with joy. But I love to focus on gratitude journaling. And we have this saying of being content without complacency, finding contentment without complacency. I think a lot of times people think if you're content, then you can kind of become stagnant or complacent. But if you are finding gratitude, it doesn't mean you're not pursuing more. You're not pursuing, increasing your income or saving money. You can do both. But when you are grateful, when you are gratitude journaling, and there have been studies on this, then it does increase quote unquote happiness. There are a lot of benefits. And Preston, I'm sure you probably could speak on this, but there's a lot of benefits to practicing gratitude journaling on top of all the other types of journaling about money.
That is
Right.
inspiring.
Andy and Preston, I have to tell you, and Jen, I have been doing the gratitude journaling. I actually love gratitude journaling, but I just wanted to let you know, Preston, I am carrying around all of my journals since 3rd grade. I still don't know what to
Wow.
do with them right now.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I have it in my JanSport bag. I don't even think do they make those anymore? Yeah.
No, they don't. I had one with my initials on it.
So we're
Got
the
a yellow
same. I
one.
have my journals too. I like to comment on communication. I've heard that word a couple of times this evening. Very key. Oh my goodness, is talking. Talking with your spouse, talking with your family members, reaching out to a professional coach, planner, communicating, because that's what writing is too, journaling, right? Is communicating about your money, past, present, and future, and that's what helps develop good money, habits and attitudes as well.
Well, I do not want to stand between Preston and Costco. So let's go to our last segment, segment 5.